Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. If we could have the counselors introduce themselves, starting with Councilor Geary.
Good evening, Belinda Gary, City Councilor at Large.
Good evening, Rick Whiting, Ward 1 City Councilor.
Good evening, Tim Cowan, Ward 2 City Councilor.
Good evening, Steve Milks, City Council, Ward 3.
Good evening, Jeff Harmon, Mayor.
Good evening, Ben Weisner, City Councilor, Ward 4.
Good evening, Leroy Walker, Council Ward 5.
Good evening, Adam Platts, City Councilor at Large.
Phil Kroll, City Manager.
As a housekeeping matter for the council and for the public, since the publication of the agenda, there's become a need for an executive session relative to an economic development matter that will be added on the agenda under Section 9. No action is expected from the City Council following the executive session. The first item tonight is a consent calendar. There's a number of items on the consent calendar. Appointments, nominations from the Appointment Committee for the Homeless Committee: Jennifer Ugly, Rebecca Austin, Dawn Como, Tom Hibbert, Angela Belair, George Sheets, Cecilia Natal, David Bilodeau, Bill Lowenstein. Appointment, nomination of the mayor to the Homeless Committee, Councilor Cowan, and casting a ballot for the Maine Municipal Association Executive Committee. This is for Vice President Anthony Ward from Casco, and 3 executive committee members, Manager Crowell, Suzette Francis from Lubec, and Mark Leonard from VZ. Is there a motion?
Motion to accept.
By Council Walker. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilor Weisner. The vote will be by show of hands. All those in favor? Opposed? 7 having voted in the affirmative and none in the negative, the motion is adopted. The next item is the approval of the minutes of the August 4th, 2025 regular City Council meeting. Are there any errors or corrections? Council Whiting.
One minor correction. The residence of Charles Soule, who spoke at the meeting, I think is Lewiston. I'm not sure of the exact address.
That is correct. Any other errors or corrections? With that modification, all those in favor?
Motion to accept.
Motion to accept. Thank
Second.
you, Council Walker. Yeah. Seconded by Council Whiting. All those in favor? Opposed? 7 have been voted in the affirmative and none in the negative. The motion's adopted. The next item is recognitions. This will be Volunteer of the Season, and I'll come around, and if Zach Boyd could come up from Parks and Rec, and Kayla Thoyts as well. So as many of you will remember, Parks and Rec likes to recognize a volunteer for the season each season, and for spring 2025, we're pleased that it's Kayla Thoyt. Auburn Rec's Volunteer of the Season Award recognizes the amazing individuals who dedicate their time and passion to our young athletes. This special honor will be presented after each sports season to one outstanding volunteer coach, celebrating their invaluable contributions to our community and the positive impact they have on our children. This evening, it's my pleasure to announce this spring's Volunteer of the Season, Kayla Thoyt. Kayla is an elementary school teacher here in Auburn. She's been an incredible asset to our programs, generously giving her time and energy over the past 2 seasons. Her dedication truly shines through. In the winter season, she teamed up with her brother Nick to coach basketball, and without missing a beat, she immediately jumped into lacrosse practices as soon as the spring arrived. Her unwavering enthusiasm, commitment, and strong connection with our athletes make her an invaluable member of our Parks and Recreation team. We're so grateful for Kayla's continued involvement and can't wait to see the lasting impact she'll undoubtedly have in the seasons ahead. Kayla, I'd like to present you this with a plaque for the spring 2025 season. Thank you very much. We'll now move on to the first open session of the evening. If there's any members of the public that would like to address the council on any item that's not on tonight's agenda, please approach the podium and provide your name and address. Not seeing any, the open session is closed. We'll move on to unfinished business. The first item is ordinance 0408042025. Amending Chapter 14, Business Licenses and Permits, Section 14, 658E, to remove application and license fees. As a reminder to the council and the public, this is moving the marijuana licensing fees from the licensing chapter and moving it to the Appendix A schedule with the rest of the licensing fees. Is there a motion?
Motion to move.
Moved by Councilor Walker. Is there a second? Seconded by Councilor Wisner. If there is any member of the public that would like to address the council on this item, please approach the podium and provide your name and address. Not seeing any, the public hearing portion is closed. Discussion by the council. Is the council ready for the question? The vote will be by roll call. The clerk will call the roll.
Counselor Gary,
Yes.
Counselor Whiting,
Yes.
Counselor Cowan,
Yes.
Counselor Milks,
Yes.
Counselor Wisner,
Yes.
Counselor Walker,
Yes.
Counselor Platts.
Yes.
7 having voted in the affirmative and none in the negative, the motion's adopted. Moving on to new business, the first item is ordinance 0508182025, amending Chapter 12 Housing to add Article 5, Vacant and Abandoned Buildings. Is there a motion?
Motion to move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilor Cowan, moved by Councilor Walker. As a note to the council, as we begin to address this item, there is a handout on your desk with 2 non-substantive grammatical changes that came through staff. And as we discuss this, if council feels it appropriate, they could move to amend to make these changes to the ordinance. So we'll open for public comment. If there's any member of the public who'd like to address the council on this item, please approach the podium and provide your name and address. Not seeing any. Public comment is closed. Discussion by the council.
Mr. Mayor?
Councilor Gary.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would like to move to amend what we've got before us with these suggested grammar corrections.
It's been moved by Councilor Gary to make the 2 grammatical changes as proposed in the handout. Is there a second?
Mr. Mayor, would you please read them for us?
Sure. So there's 2 changes. The first is changing its with an apostrophe to its without an apostrophe from possessive to non-possessive, and this is in section 12, 278F, so that it would now read from within 10 days of its expiration, meaning it is, to within 10 days of its expiration. And the second one is at section 12, 281A, to change the word to shall. And this is just a grammatical change to conform to the appropriate drafting. what it previously said in the middle of this paragraph is whether the building is determined to be a high-impact building and to determine compliance with any applicable building, fire prevention, life safety code, and ordinance requirements, and it would change it to read, shall determine compliance with any applicable building, fire prevention, life safety codes, etc.
Thank you for that, and I second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any member of the public that would like to address the council? Excuse me, this is an amendment. Discussion by the council on the amendment? Vote will be by show of hands. All those in favor? Opposed? 7 having voted in the affirmative, none in the negative. The motion to amend is adopted, and we'll move back to the main motion. Discussion by the council? Is council ready for the question? The vote will be by roll call. The clerk will call the roll.
Counselor Whiting?
Yes.
Counselor Cowan?
Yes.
Counselor Milks?
Yes?
Counselor Weisner?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Platts?
Yes.
Counselor Gary?
Yes.
7 have been voted in the affirmative and none in the negative. The motion's adopted. The next item is Ordinance 0608182025, adopting a 180-day moratorium on needle exchange services in the City of Auburn, effective August 1st, 2025. A few clarifying comments about this item, given some questions that have been raised to the city manager and I. Currently there are no needle exchange services in the City of Auburn, nor is there any current application. This is to establish a 180-day moratorium, which would be retroactive till August 1st. During this period of time, we'll bring forward the needle exchange services question to the council for workshop and then potential action on establishing a needle exchange policy. The other thing I would note to the council, you'll see in your packet a suggestion that the second reading be waived. So from a procedural process, the way this will work is we'll take the motion, we'll have public comment and discussion by the council, and then if a councilor feels they would like to waive the second reading, they could make the motion at that time. That way the council and the public will have the benefit of the discussion, and the council will understand if they're voting for final passage if the second reading is waived. So with that, is there a motion?
So moved.
It's moved by Councilor Weisner.
Second.
Is there a second? Seconded by Councilor Cowan. If there's any member of the public that would like to address the council on this item, please approach the podium and provide your name and address. Not seeing any, public comment is closed. Discussion by the council. Council Platts.
Yeah, I'd just like to say, when our neighbors in Lewiston went through their deliberations on this, I was present as a citizen at the workshop where they talked about this, and I just requested as I'm gonna support the moratorium as we deliberate and learn more about this and understand what it entails. Hopefully we can invite in professionals and those in the community with other perspectives so that we can get the full picture and make the most informed decision. I support a moratorium now, and I look forward to the discussion about what to do next.
Yeah, and that's an important point that Council Platts has made, and the intention is to start this process with educational components and work sessions where we'll bring in various service providers, regulatory authorities to be able to provide information, baseline information to the council before we start talking about potential policy related to regulating the needle exchanges. Other discussion by the council? Is the council ready for the question? Vote. Is there a motion relative to waiving the second reading?
Mr. Mayor, I would move that we waive the second reading.
Council Whiting's moved to waive the second reading. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilor Cowan. The vote will be by show of hands. All those in favor? Opposed? 6 having voted in the affirmative, 1 in the negative, and 6 being less than all councilors present and voting, the motion fails. So what we'll be voting on next, as we call the question, will be the first reading, and this will appear on the agenda at the next meeting for second reading.
Mr. Mayor.
Councilor Geary.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The reason I voted no was usually in past years, if we needed to do first and second reading, we'd suspend the rules and move to second reading that night, because moving it so fast, it sometimes doesn't give people from the public more time to come in and have their voices heard. And that was the reason I voted no.
That's fine. Thank you very much. Is the council ready for the question? The vote will be by roll call. The clerk will call the roll.
Counselor Cowan,
Yes.
Counselor Milks,
Yes?
Counselor Weisner,
Yes.
Counselor Walker,
Yes.
Counselor Platts,
Yes.
Counselor Gary,
Yes.
7 having voted in the...
Yes.
sorry, Counselor Whiting.
Oh, excuse me. Now 7 having voted in the affirmative and none in the negative, the motion's adopted. We'll move on to reports. Just a few comments. I wanted to thank all of the city staff that put on the National Night Out. I think the city manager may have some more comments. I was there for the duration. It was a great event, great turnout, lots of kids participating. So kudos to the police department and all the rest of the staff that assisted them. They did a great job. And again, kudos to everybody involved, community engagement, police, fire, public works, the participants in the Blues, Brews, and Cruise this last weekend. It's a really great event, had great weather for it, so everybody did a really good job putting that on and deserves recognition. So with that, Councilor Geary?
I have nothing to report tonight.
Thank you. Councilor Whiting?
Nothing tonight, thanks.
Councilor Cowan?
I just wanted to echo your comments, Mr. Mayor, of the National Night Out was just a great vibe there. And I think I'm correct that this was the 21st, 22nd. Been doing it a long time, and clearly there's a lot of people that really enjoyed it. So thanks for everyone that helped put that on. And sorry I missed a balloon festival. I was out of town, but Ben, I like the picture in the paper, so.
Councilor Milk?
Nothing tonight.
Councilor Weisner?
Yeah, great National Night Out. Ditto to that. Congratulations, staff. I couldn't agree more with the Blues and Brews. And congratulations to all the Auburn and Lewiston nonprofits on a great balloon festival. And I apologize for only 3 of the 6 launches I left early, flying away. But it seemed like a great event, very well put together, and huge turnout. So it seems like a good positive impact for the nonprofits in the area. Thank you.
Councilor Walker?
Thank you very much. I'd like to echo as well, the Balloon Festival was well run. I think everything was put together to the tip top of everything they could have done. And I want to say thank you to all the volunteers that helped with the age-friendly booth. We did hot dogs, water, soda this year. We sold at least $3,500 worth of product this year. Great year for us. Too bad we got rained out on Sunday, but we had 2 great days before that. And trust me, I think I got 3 tans there being out there. So again, thank you for all the volunteers that helped us and all the people that volunteered to make this thing happen.
Councilor Platt?
Thank you. Just a brief update from the school department. At the last meeting, the vacancy for principal at Washburn was filled with Mark Thibodeau. Mark Thibodeau comes from the Rumford system in one of the schools that's slated for consolidation over there. So Mark is excited to be staying with a small school here in Auburn at Washburn. And Mark is an avid skier and a very qualified educator. So,
Thank you, Mr. Manager.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Appreciate the comments regarding the team for National Night Out and the Balloon Festival, as well as the staff across the river in Lewiston for a great event. It takes a lot of staff to put these events on, between our parade that we had over the weekend to the Blues and Brews Fest at Festival Plaza, but they do a super job and make it so that it's a safe event for everyone who's attending. Councilor Cowan, I think 21 years ago, we had maybe 100 people at our National Night Out. It was at Bonnie Park. And it was a much smaller event. So to see National Night Out this year, we had, just for the council note, we had over 900 adult visitors. We track this information through cell phone stuff. So over 900 adult visitors. We had the average person stayed at the event for about 80 minutes. So a lot of people came, they stayed, they enjoyed the event, and got to participate. Our peak was at 6 p.m. when we were at about 800 visitors. So a great turnout. I think the PD and fire and the rest of the staff had good informational booths. I noticed the fire department has a new fire extinguisher system that you have, and you can aim it at the device, and it lets you know if you're aiming it correctly to put the fire out. So there was a lot of people at that. We always appreciate Troy Barney's, who comes out for basketball with the youth. He makes that a priority and comes every year. So it was a great event. Thanks.
We'll move on to the second open session of the evening. If there's any member of the public who'd like to address the council on any item that's not on tonight's agenda, please approach the podium and provide your name and address.
Hi, my name is Rick Nadeau. I'm in 211 Eastman Lane, so you can guess why I'm stopping by. I know it's not on the agenda, but I just wanted to get my face out there as a neighbor to the old Farrell property, looking to purchase a piece if it is up for sale, or what, and try to find out what the process is. Anybody who would street view that property, street view my address, 211 Eastman Lane, would know why I am up here. Basically, he had a piece of that property. You guys now have a piece of that property that looks like my front lawn. Everybody thinks it's my front lawn, but it's not. And I always have to correct them. But now, if it gets developed, that would look like there's a house on my front lawn. And so it would decrease my property value, and I'm trying to make sure that you guys all know that I'm out here. And I just found out through the grapevine of the street that you guys have it, and you're potentially looking to sell it, and I wanted to know what the process is going to be and all that kind of stuff.
Sure. So if you go to the City of Auburn website, and up at the top in the headers is the business section. There's bid opportunities there. When the city posts the RFQ, it'll be a publicly posted process, and all the documentation and will be posted there, and it'll explain the whole process.
Okay. Typically, do you guys even have a timeline on any of that kind of stuff, or is it you still taking public comments, or?
We just completed the appraisal of the lot this past week. I would imagine that within the next week or two, the RFQ will be ready and available.
Okay. And with the RFQ, would it be obvious, like, is it sealed bids and all that kind of stuff?
That's correct.
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah. All right. I just want to get myself out there and let you guys know there are people out there that don't want houses on their front lawns. Cool. Thank you.
Is there any other member of the public that'd like to address the council? Please approach the podium and provide your name and address. Not seeing any. The second open session is closed. We'll move on to an executive session pursuant to 1 MRSA Section 405 Sub 6C regarding an economic development matter. There is no action expected by the council When we come out of executive session, we'll move directly to adjournment. Is there a motion to go into executive session?
Motion to move to executive session.
Moved by Counsel Walker. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Counsel Cowan. All those in favor? Opposed? The council will be in executive session.